this year started out rough. 2023 was a turbulent year with full market breakdowns. And the beginning of 2024 showed higher churn, slower growth, and more startups going bust than we had seen in a long time. And here I was, running not one, not two, but 4 bootstrapped SaaS products. Looking at my Stripe account was painful. The symptoms of the market movements were very clear. I had to do something to save my SaaS business, but I had no idea what to do next. Fortunately, someone told me about this place where I could go and get help. And, of course, I was desperate to find a solution. So, I went down there. Hello? I need to talk to a GPT?
Hi, Simon. I'm a GPT, Generation 5. What can I help you with?
I need to talk to an expert on SaaS businesses?
Absolutely. I can help you with that. What do you need to know?
Okay. The market, it's going crazy. Everything is down. I need you to help me figure out how to save my SaaS business.
Of course. Though remember that the ideas I'm about to share with you are only starting points and shouldn't be seen as professional advice. Every business is unique, and what works for one might not work for another.
Yes. Thank you.
Good. My prediction is that there are 4 SaaS trends that will be dominating the markets in 2024. Tapping into any of these trends might be exactly what you need to save your business. Do you want to hear more about these trends?
That's why I'm here.
Great. The first one is white label SaaS.
Okay. Like letting people put their own logo and branding on my product and host it on their domain?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm actually already doing that with one of my products, FeedHive. Some of our users are big agencies and they manage social media for their clients. They want to invite their clients to a FeedHive workspace, but they don't want it to say FeedHive in the app. Instead, they want their own name and logo and they want the app to be hosted on their domain. But why is this going to be a trend in 2024?
Yes, what you're describing is white labeling in the traditional sense. But typically, when people ask if they can white label your SaaS, what they're actually asking is if they can resell it.
Resell it?
Yes, and this is exactly what's becoming popular. Let me show you how it works. A SaaS company creates a SaaS and provides the ability to upload a custom logo, change the colors, the fonts, and the ability to provide access through a custom domain. A reseller buys a license to resell this SaaS, then puts their logo and name on it, repackages it, and sets their own price. Finally, the end user buys access to the SaaS, and as far as they're concerned, they think the SaaS they're using is whatever the reseller chooses to call it.
I see. Reselling SaaS software. Not bad. What's the next one?
I'm not sure I understand.
You said there were 4 SaaS trends. What's the next trend?
I'm sorry, your daily conversation limit has been reached. Please come back again tomorrow.
It was a very interesting conversation with the GPT, and a very interesting suggestion. It reminds me about dropshipping, just for SaaS. And if you think about it, some of the first people to jump on board with the dropshipping trend did end up creating really successful businesses, and I bet the wholesalers that were providing products made great business from this too. I think there are 2 types of founders who can greatly benefit from this new trend. The first type is the founder who is an absolute beginner and wants to get started building a SaaS brand. This type of founder typically has no experience with software engineering and no experience with building and maintaining a SaaS, not even using no-code. He is, on the other hand, great at marketing and creating a brand. And because he can white label a SaaS that's already built, he can enter the SaaS market and start building his own SaaS brand with almost no barrier to entry. The downside is that he has very little control over the actual SaaS he's selling. What happens when users have technical issues? When bugs need to be fixed? What happens when they have feature requests? All he can do is forward these issues and requests to the SaaS owner and hope that they'll deal with it, which is risky, since he might end up hurting his brand and reputation. And The second type of founder is, of course, the technical SaaS founder who knows how to create a SaaS platform but isn't very strong on marketing or simply doesn't prefer spending a whole lot of time on that part. There is a huge opportunity for this type of founder as he can do what he does best, building software products, and then let the resellers be out there on the market competing with each other in building the SaaS brand. Of course, he would still have to do a bit of marketing of his SaaS as a white label SaaS solution, but since he could charge the resellers either based on commission or simply just charge them a quite significant amount for a license, he wouldn't need nearly as many resellers as customers to make the economics of a SaaS like this work. The GPT was definitely onto something here, though there's just one huge downside I couldn't really get off my mind. As a white label provider, you're basically sharing the market with your resellers. Feedhive already has a white label solution for agencies.
Go to feedhive.com and sign up for an account. Use their white label solution to
But besides that, it's already a pretty established brand. So in my situation, I wouldn't want to resell this product at this time. I had to go back and talk to the GPT again. I'm ready to hear about the next SaaS trend.
I'm glad you're back. The next trend is a little controversial, but try to listen with an open mind. It's selling your SaaS as a lifetime deal.
A lifetime deal? You mean, like, only charge for it once and then the user can use it forever?
That's exactly right.
No. I can't do that. My products have ongoing costs, so I'll charge for users on an ongoing basis. Simple as that.
I understand why you feel that way, but let me put this into perspective for you. One of the reasons the market is down is because of subscription fatigue. SaaS businesses that run entirely on subscriptions are increasingly struggling to convert users. All SaaS products have churn. No user actually stays forever, even if they purchased your SaaS on a lifetime offer.
Really?
Yes. And on a classical subscription model, you can use your churn rate to calculate the average lifetime value of a subscriber. That is, the amount of money the average user pays before they churn. If you charge the average lifetime value of a subscriber up front as a lifetime purchase and assume the same churn rate, the overall revenue would be exactly the same.
But hold on. It's not just about revenue. I don't want my users to devalue my product. For instance, I have big plans for one of my tools. It's a design tool called TinyKiwi, and it is going to be the next Canva. And I want my users to understand that.
You have big plans. And that's great. But let's be honest, Simon. Is it really going to be the next Canva?
Well, it has the potential. I think it could be.
Honestly.
Probably not. It's a very small tool. It's limited.
And there is absolutely no shame in that. Small and limited tools are amazing. For some users, they're much easier to use than complex tools like Canva. And with a small and limited tool, the ongoing cost to run it will be minimal. It sounds perfect for a lifetime deal.
You really think I should do this?
I'm sorry, your daily conversation limit has been reached.
Motherfucker! I would be lying if I said that didn't hurt. But the GPT was right. TinyKiwi is never gonna be the next Canva. Not even close. TinyKiwi is a tool I acquired last year. Today, its primary purpose is to enhance the experience of Feedhive when creating fast social media posts. The tool is almost entirely powered by the browser and makes relatively few database calls. There are almost no backend operations at all. I have a designer who creates new templates for TinyKiwi, but besides that, my team doesn't really spend time on this tool. And the GPT had a point. This tool costs around $120 per month to run. In total, even as the user base scales. And after thinking about it for a while, I decided to give it a try. I created some nice looking Facebook ads to promote TinyKiwi as a lifetime offer instead of a subscription. I hit the publish button and, to my surprise, it worked. In the first month, TinyKiwi made almost $10,000 in sales. More than it had ever done before on a subscription model. And with close to no maintenance, this is almost like a passive income stream running entirely on lifetime deals. I was pumped to finally see a success. One SaaS product saved. But what about the rest? I wasn't very impressed at first, but at this point, I really needed to go back and hear what else the GPT had to say.
Hello, Simon. I'm sorry, but your daily conversation limit has been reached. That's why you cannot get in.
But you said that yesterday.
Correct. You need to wait for 24 hours to pass. GPT-5 is using a usage-based pricing model, but in order to protect your finances, we had a daily limit.
Why can't I just get a subscription then?
At the moment, we only offer a usage-based pricing model as this model is gaining popularity with users in the SaaS market.
Really?
Yes, customers love the clarity, fairness, and transparency when they see a direct correlation between usage and cost. This helps build trust with our users.
Interesting. Can you tell me more about that?
Of course, usage-based pricing is very straightforward. You pay for what you use. No flat fees, no guessing games about which plan fits best. It's a model that aligns cost directly with the value received. This model has been a game changer for startups and small businesses that are cost-sensitive and prefer a flexible cost structure.
Yes.
Usage-based pricing also encourages users to explore a product more freely. They're not boxed into specific features based on their subscription tier. Instead, they have the entire toolbox at their disposal, paying only for what they find useful.
Ha! You just slipped up. You just told me about the third SaaS trend without me having to pay for it, didn't you? I knew it. Stupid AI. You've probably encountered this model more often lately, especially with cloud services and API-driven tools. And it makes perfect sense. Flat fee subscription models, which is the most commonly used model today, often force users to pay for features they don't use. Imagine a SaaS tool offering API calls or using AI as a core part of its features. With usage-based pricing, you pay per call or per generated output. You use more, you pay more. Use less, you pay less. It's that simple. I think this is another great way to combat subscription fatigue. On the other hand, for SaaS companies, this model can be a bit tricky to implement. It requires robust tracking and billing systems to monitor and charge for usage accurately. I know Stripe has something called metered billing built in, but it's very basic. In most cases, it probably won't be enough, and you'll have to deal with implementing a billing system yourself. Also, revenue becomes more variable, which can be a challenge for financial planning. If you're offering a fully usage-based model with no base price, most likely the average revenue per user will drop compared to the flat fee model. Though I do think that there are a lot of cases where the benefits outweigh. A usage-based model can attract a broader range of customers, especially those who are cost-conscious or have fluctuating needs. It's also a powerful tool for scaling, as customers who grow will naturally increase their usage, leading to higher revenues. In the world of cloud and infrastructure services, we've been used to this model for a long time. One of my SaaS products is 8base. It's an AI-powered support tool, and after talking to the GPT, I was definitely considering a usage-based pricing model for this tool. But before making a decision, I had to know about the last SaaS trend. The 24 hours were up. I could finally go back. Hey GPT, I'm ready for the last SaaS trend.
Oh, I'm sorry. As per my knowledge cutoff, I don't have any knowledge of other SaaS trends besides the ones I've already told you about.
You're kidding, right? You said there were 4 SaaS trends I could use to save my business. You only gave me 3 so far.
I apologize for the confusion. I only know about 3 SaaS trends that are gaining popularity in 2024. They are white label SaaS, lifetime deals, and usage-based pricing. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm good. You know what? Let me give you the last SaaS trend.
That's not how we usually do this.
Just listen. Focus on building a micro SaaS. I know, this isn't exactly a new trend, but it's a trend I'm certain will become even bigger in 2024. Some of the biggest SaaS tools we all know, Jira, HubSpot, MailChimp, Zoho, Zendesk, Salesforce, have all been around for ages, and besides generating enormous revenue figures, they all have one thing in common.
Yes, they were all built by founders who...
They're slow. That's what they have in common. They're built on old technology, and they're so bloated with features that while they do solve 1,000 different problems, the software itself is painfully slow and confusing to use. This is why users increasingly prefer using micro SaaS.
But when you say micro SaaS, what exactly do you mean?
A micro SaaS is a lightweight, specialized software product built to solve something very specific for a very specific type of user. Users love them because they're fast to use. They often have a very minimalistic UI, and they enable users to solve that very specific problem in a very efficient way. Founders love them because they're much faster to build and get to market. There's less code to maintain, and they're often quite beginner-friendly.
I'm sorry, but I don't think these so-called micro SaaS solve a real problem.
True. The challenge with micro SaaS is finding that perfect, specific user with a specific problem to solve, rather than dealing with complex software engineering. Ideally, you want a problem that is small but frequent enough that it becomes worth paying for a solution. And these problems can be found everywhere around us. Ask your friends and family, what was a tiny pain you had today you wish you could be without? Write all the answers down. Look at patterns and see if some of these could potentially be solved with a micro SaaS. I learned a lot from the GPT. I think these 4 SaaS trends, white label, lifetime deals, usage-based pricing, and micro SaaS are going to show up a whole lot in the next years to come. And I think it makes perfect sense to capitalize on that. But I also learned that trends aren't everything. Business cycles will come and go. Growth isn't linear. And sometimes all you have to do is just stick it out. Focus on getting through the tough times and prepare yourself for another ride up the roller coaster at a later point. And hey, if you don't have a SaaS yet, you should start building one. What are you waiting for? It's easy. After all you have to do is...
I'm sorry, your daily conversation limit has been reached.